Mind Reader, the Psychic Party Game. I am such a big proponent of helping kids to keep their eyes off of screens and then to do anything that we can to promote more family time. So when the company asked me to check this out, I was very glad to. This is made for 3 or more players. It says it takes about 30 minutes or so, and then it's for ages 10 and older. So I thought we can go through the directions together. It says that there are 20 mind reading cards, 1 mystical spinner, 1 score pad, and then 10 answer pads. Here's the spinner here. Shuffle the mind reader cards and then place them on the table along with the answer pads, the score pad, and the mystical spinner. Have a few pencils or pens handy. I do recommend using pencils because what you will see in a second, you can go ahead and just reuse the cards. Then it says here to set up 2 chairs that are facing back to back in the middle of the room and then dim the lights to create the perfect condition for reading minds. So again, I showed you the spinner. This is what the mind reader score pad looks like. And then here's the mind reader answer pad. I think a good idea too is if you wanted to photocopy these, that way if you do run out of them, you always have some handy. That's probably a good idea too. To be the first player to prove their psychic abilities by scoring 13 points is the object of the game. So let's play. All players gather around the mystical spinner. Ooh. Give it a spin and then let the spirits decide which player goes first. The player starts the round by placing the top 3 mind reader cards from the deck onto the table for those to see. And I just wanted to give you an idea of what some of these look like. So here's what the outside looks like. There's 200 again altogether. And this says name something you keep in the freezer, name something you keep in the safe, and then name something that you keep in your bedside drawer. Next it says here, the player must now make a choice. Do they pick their preferred mind reader card from the 3 cards on display, or do they pick a partner to play with? They can only pick one. If they pick a partner, all the remaining players get to select which mind reader card these 2 players will answer this round. If they pick a mind reader card, then the spirits will decide who their partner is for that round, meaning you would use the spinner. All of the other players must gather around the mystical spinner and then spin it. Whoever the spinner points closest to will join the active player as their partner, and remember, you're back to back. The 2 players now sit back to back in the chairs, each with an answer pad and a pencil ready. Another player, the reader, picks up the chosen mind reader card and reads all 3 questions out loud. The reader should allow time between each question for the players to read each other's mind and to write down their answers. That's so fun. I could think of so many people that I would have a great time being able to play this with. Not because it's the answer that they would initially answer on their own, but knowing that we would have that same kind of corresponding answer together. I'm sure you know exactly what I mean. Some mind reader cards feature a social soiree header. I'm going to show you what that looks like here. And then it says, when answering this type of question, any reference to who indicates all players in the social group. So this one says, who is most likely to become an influencer? Who do you feel I could learn the most from? And then who is the biggest drama queen? Ooh. Players now read their answers to each other. If both players share the same answer to any of the questions, then they have to read each other's minds and then score points. See scoring section below. Play continues clockwise with a new set of mind reader cards and a new reader. So the scoring here, 1 matched answer is 1 point, 2 matched answers is 3 points, and then 3 matched answers is 6 points, winning the game. The first player to collect 13 points wins the game and is crowned the ultimate mind reader. So very simple to play. I think the more and more that you play it, the more you get the hang of who goes when. But I think that it is definitely appropriate for anybody who is over the age of 10, maybe a little bit younger. I know I have a nephew who is not quite 10 yet, almost there. And so that's who I intend on playing with the most. So I'm really happy that I have this. I'm excited to play and hopefully this helps.